Stop being assholes. Now, if you're wondering why I'm calling you an asshole, odds are I'm not, because the first part of this video does not apply to 99.99% of people who watch my videos or subscribe to my channel. It applies to that 0.01% of people who are assholes. In the past, I've referred to you as trolls, haters, whatever the term is, but in this case, in this specific video, I'm going to refer to you as assholes because that is what you are. Now let me kind of explain a little bit why I'm making this video. This morning, woke up, and as I do every morning, I check my YouTube channel. I like to check just to see how many views the last video got, and stuff like that. Just look a little bit at the stats. And I noticed, it's weird. I seem to have made a lot of money on YouTube yesterday. I wonder why, because my last couple of videos didn't get that many views. So when it comes to ads, it shouldn't have generated that much. Why did it generate so much yesterday? So I go ahead, investigate a little, and turns out that someone purchased a super thanks for $100. Now, if you don't know what super thanks are, there's a few different versions. There's, super thanks, super like, there's a few different one of them. But basically what it does is it allows subscribers who want to encourage a YouTuber, who want to encourage a channel, the ability to purchase a comment that's going to be highlighted, and that way they can donate money to that specific channel. And this person did that for $100. And my first reaction, of course, was, wow, that person is so generous. I'm so grateful. But while I was going to respond to that comment to thank that person, I noticed there was a bunch more comments in that thread, most of which, unfortunately, were from assholes. Assholes were trying to convince this person, this very generous, encouraging person, that they're an idiot for donating this money because I'm a fraud. Because they're wasting their money, it's like throwing it down the toilet, and they're just attacking this person for being a good person, for doing a good deed, for trying to support me, for sharing my story. Now, I get that not everyone is going to have the same opinions as me. People are going to disagree. Some people are going to believe that I'm a fraud. That's okay. I've provided proof in the past. People who believe that will continue to believe it no matter how much proof I provide. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter to me. When it comes down to it, I stopped reading comments because of assholes who were attacking me because I was sharing my story, and for some reason, they didn't believe me. They thought I was taking advantage of people, that I was a fraud, and blah, 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 blah. Fine, whatever. You won. I stopped reading the comments. It just got too intense for me. That's okay. It's sad. It sucks. But I've accepted it, and I've moved on. What I'm not okay with, what I'm not willing to accept and willing to move on from, is when you attack my YouTube family. And I'm referring to people who watch my videos, people who take the time to like the videos, who take the time to comment, who take the time to encourage and motivate me. These are good people. They do not deserve to get attacked for being a good person. And unfortunately, assholes like you, that is exactly what they do. I don't understand why. I'm assuming that deep down you hate yourself and you take that self-hatred out on others because that makes you feel good. Whatever the reason is, you are an asshole because only assholes would do that type of thing. Just think about it. Imagine someone who in real life goes out and donates to a charity or does something nice for someone else. Can you imagine someone who would go up to someone like that and attack them, try to convince him that the person or the donation they're giving to is a fraud, that they're a moron for believing them, that they're wasting their money, that they're encouraging this? It's like, no one in their right mind would do that in real life. But for some reason, when it comes to online, people get this disassociation where they're like, it's okay to be an asshole. It doesn't matter. It's online. It's not real. They're not real people. Well, newsflash, they are real people with real feelings trying to do good things, and then you assholes come along and attack them for being good people. That is not okay. That is not something I'm willing to stand for. That is why I'm making this video. And I get that at the end of the day, it won't change anything. Assholes will always be assholes. What I can do, and what I've been doing, is removing those people from my channel. And unfortunately, because of these people and the fact that I ended up having to stop reading the comments as a result of those people, I can't personally identify those people. Luckily, a friend of mine who watches my videos, who reads the comments, tells me whenever there's people like that attacking other people in the comments, creating arguments, basically being complete fucking assholes, he gives me their names, I go find them, and I remove them. Now the thing is, that seems relatively simple, but it's not as simple as it sounds. I can't just type their name in and then go remove them. I have to go through every single comment, look at the name of the person who leaves the comment until I finally find one of their comments, and then I can remove them from the channel. And unfortunately for me, assholes tend to hide in replies to other people's comments. That's what they like to do. They like to respond to other people's comments and argue with them and try to convince them of whatever their opinion is. Whether it's that I'm a fraud, whether it's that I'm trying to take advantage of people, whatever they believe, that's usually where they hide. So it's like, okay, I need to go through all the comments and then open up the replies, go through the replies until I finally find one of their comments, and then I'm able to remove it. So not only is that a very long and frustrating process for me to go through, but I just find it sad to see that. And see, the thing is, a lot of people get a wrong impression when it comes to this, because a lot of people are like, I don't know what you're talking about, haters or trolls, or as I now refer to them, assholes, because I don't see their comments anywhere, or I see one comment every once in a while. The reason for that is every time I go in, find this person, remove them from the channel so they can stop attacking everybody for just sharing their opinion, for being kind, encouraging, motivating people. Whenever I remove them, that automatically deletes all their comments from the channel. So as a result of that, it seems like there's not that many of those people. And yes, it's true, there aren't that many, because I've removed all of them so far. And at this point, the channel keeps slowly growing. At this point, my friend messages me around once per week to remove a couple of those haters. And I know that as time goes on, it's just going to keep growing and growing and getting worse and getting worse. And eventually, it's going to get to the point where I simply won't have the energy, won't have the time to go ahead and do all this work. Plus, there might be a point where my friend's like, this has just gotten too overwhelming. I can't afford to read the comments anymore because of those assholes. They're just ruining the experience for me. And because I myself don't have the time and the energy to deal with that and to read all the comments and try to find those people and remove them, I know eventually it's going to get to the point where I'm going to have to make a choice. I'm either going to have to disable the comments and then nobody gets to comment, which sucks for everyone because those assholes are just a tiny, 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 tiny percentage of the overall subscribers. At this point, we're nearing the 4.5 thousand subscriber mark, and you know, out of that, I've removed them, but if I hadn't removed them, out of that, at this point, there might be like 10, 20 assholes. And I just want to make a distinction. There are normal assholes, people who are just kind of mean and post mean comments every once in a while. Sure, those people suck, but it's not that big a deal. But then there are the super assholes who are the people I described, who go in there and create arguments, attack people, and literally leave a ton of comments. Now, the way that it works, let's say on average, the video gets, let's say, 2,000 views. Let's say that's the average. And then there's maybe 100 comments from those 2,000 views. So it means most people just watch the video and don't comment. Then there's a small percentage of people who leave a comment. Most people will only leave one comment on a video. Sometimes two. That's pretty much the average, I'd say, about one comment. So let's say there's 100 comments on average per video. That's 100 people who commented. So in comparison, if there's a couple of super assholes, who cares? Whatever, it's a couple comments. If there's just one on a video and they leave, let's say, 10 comments, because that's what those people do. They just leave comment after comment after comment and just argue with everyone. And I don't know why they do that, but that's what they do. So it's okay, it's not that bad. 100 positive comments, normal people leaving normal comments, and 10 negative comments from one super asshole. Okay, not ideal, but I can live with that. The thing is, if I don't remove them, then there's more and more and more of those super assholes, and if it ends up there's 10 of them, well, 10 times 10 comments, that's 100 comments. So now we're up to 100 normal positive comments, and 100 super negative, super aggressive comments attacking everybody else. And as the channel continues to grow, unfortunately, especially this type of channel tends to attract assholes, especially super assholes. It's just going to keep getting more and more intense. And if it gets to the point where there's 20 of those super assholes, well, that's 200 negative, attackful, hurtful comments, and only 100 positive ones. And at some point, the people who are positive and genuinely, like me sharing what I'm sharing, who want to, comment and be a part of this community, it just becomes too overwhelming for them and they stop commenting. So it's just this avalanche, it starts small and it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And so far it's I've gone out of my way to remove those people to avoid that happening. But I know that at some point it will get to that point and then I'll have to make that choice I was talking about. Either I just remove the ability to leave comments on video and then it sucks for everyone, or I just let the super assholes go wild and we don't know what happens. Maybe they take over and ruin the experience for everyone. Either way, it's not a good option. Unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do about it. I've accepted the fact that, hey, okay, people disagree with me, people attack me, people are mean to me. It's fine, it's cool, I've stopped reading comments, that doesn't affect me anymore. But it's not right for the people who are part of my YouTube family, part of this community. They don't deserve to be attacked for sharing their perspective, for commenting, for encouraging me, for trying to motivate me, for being kind, for being nice, for donating. They don't deserve that. So for now, I'm doing the best that I can, but I know eventually I won't be able to do that. And I just find it very, very sad that this is the world we live in. Unfortunately, that's how it works online. There are people like that. There will always be people like that. There's nothing you can do about it. So I just thought it was important to share that. Even though, yes, in the grand scheme of things, it won't change anything, this channel has always been about sharing what's going on. And at the moment, this is what's going on. I woke up to someone being super generous and then being attacked for that generosity when they did not deserve it. And that's sad. It's not a fun way to start the day. It's like, I'm already literally fighting for my life, have been for the last year and a half, and I've had to deal with people like that. And when it comes to me, it's like, hey, okay, cool. I did what I had to do. I stopped reading the comments as a result of that, but I just can't allow that to happen to the rest of the community. It's not fair to them. So for as long as I can, I will continue to do what I can to get rid of those people, but I know it's a losing battle. So it's like, please, just, be a good person. And the thing is, I know it's like, out of 4,500 people at this point, if I hadn't removed all those people, there might just be like a dozen of them. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but because of the type of personality they have and the way they behave and the amount of comments that they leave, it just ruins the experience for everyone else. It's like that cousin that everybody hates, but for some reason always shows up at family reunions even though he wasn't invited, and just argues with everyone and makes everybody's life miserable. There's always going to be those people, no matter what. And it sucks, and I find that sad, and there's nothing we can do about it. And the funny thing to me is, it's like, oh, he's a fraud, he's scamming people, he's taking advantage of them. Okay, let me ask you this. Have I ever, in any single one of my videos, asked people for money? No, I have not. And I don't think I ever will. The only thing I do is every once in a while, when someone makes a particularly big donation or, offers to pay for the plane tickets for me to go visit my wife, does something very, very generous, I share that because I want to encourage that. And it's not just about me, it's just about general generosity. Encouraging other people, supporting other people when you can. It still blows my mind that a year and a half ago, a friend of mine created the GoFundMe for me, and now, a year and a half later, we're almost at the $10,000 mark. That completely blows my mind, yet I've never once asked for anyone to give me money, for anyone to donate. Every once in a while, I mention it's a thing. Sometimes when people ask me like, hey, how can I donate? I explain the process you need to go through in order to do that. But I would never and will never ask someone to donate money. Which is why I find it so sad that these super assholes attack people who choose of their own volition to donate because they like who I am. They want to encourage me, to motivate me, to support me. I just find that so sad that people who are genuinely good get attacked for that genuine goodness. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. The only thing we can do, and now this is just me explaining, I want to make it clear, I'm not asking anybody to donate. But I would find it very, very ironic if, as a result of those super assholes attacking people for being nice, I create this video, and as a result of this video, if one single person chooses to donate $1 single, then these super assholes will have had the reverse effect. What they're trying to do is convince everybody that I'm a fraud, that I'm scamming people, taking advantage of them. Well, okay, that's what you're trying to do. Not only did you fail, but if someone donates, you actually helped more people be more generous, and you've helped me out as well. So I'm not saying, hey, go ahead and donate if you want to, if you feel the need to, if you can afford it. I'm definitely grateful for that. But I would just find it so ironic if, as a result of them trying to attack people for being good, it has the inverse effect and causes more people to donate. And not specifically to me, just in general. In order to compensate for those assholes, oh, there just needs to be more good people in the world. And I know there's so many, and most of the people in the world, in this audience, in my YouTube family and everything, most people are very, very good, very kind, very supportive, very encouraging, very generous people. And I'm very grateful for that. And I, in a way, like, I know I should just ignore those people and not make videos like this, but yeah, I find it's important to call this out because it's part of the journey I'm going through. And at the same time, if making a video like this can have the inverse effect, well, then maybe super assholes will think twice before attacking people for being kind, because they know, hey, if I do that, maybe other people will make videos about me and people like me, and then more people will donate as a result of that. So potentially, making this video could have a positive impact. I don't know. Either way, I thought it was important to share. So to all the super assholes out there and the normal assholes, fuck you, you suck. And to everyone else, which is 99.99% of this community, I just want to thank you once again for just being who you are, for being awesome, supporting, generous, encouraging people. I appreciate you so much, and I wish I could read the comments. Unfortunately, given the situation, it's not possible for me, but I truly, truly do appreciate it. And that's why I make sure to do a live every single month. That way I can interact with you much more directly. And when you do have specific questions to ask me, you do have that ability to ask that, and I can answer those questions without those super assholes ruining the experience for everyone. So I know this has been a long video, been kind of a rant, but I felt it was important to do it. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you probably tomorrow, but at some point in the future.